was a man.
So, do you want to? I can just give you the numbers. This is the starting offense, and I got the defense for the two guys. Oh no. I listen. I have Prime Video, you know, so I watched the game last night. Herb Street did.
Right.
He's just as good on there as he was in college. I always liked him in college. He's a pretty good. Him and Al Michaels are going to be pretty good, I think.
I like Herb.
50, 51, 52, 55. Why am I circling that? Frankie Boo, my cousin, he's the freshman quarterback. He's number 7. So, we're not allowed to say it, but somebody has COVID. Yeah, the starter. Forgot who though. You read this. I don't know if you want to reference anything when we're talking about Bobby.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, 6:22. We'll get ready to start rolling music here in a moment.
Scott had to go and get the reference.
You know what? We've been known to make up names before. There were a couple times we were playing at school where they had a lot of kids. And the game got on. So they were putting in players that were not on the line. So we had to make up names for the players. What is this for?
That's the purely bye-bye. It's not that far to go being a team.
unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Stingly laughs, so mean you can ask us. Pushing down the reds and bringing out your high self. Think of the fun son. Pushing down the better view instead of bringing the attitudes to walk the world and everything you ask to brace yourself. With grace and peace, I know this world and what it seems.
It's unbelievable.
You burden me with your questions. You help me tell no lies. You're always asking what it's all about. Don't listen to my replies. You say to me I don't talk enough, but when I do, I'm a fool. These times I've spent, I've realized you shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, in thought I love you more. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
Welcome to the big show.
He could go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am very ready for this because it's Friday night. We're high atop the ridge in the center of the universe, zip code 44092. Football night in America, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tell you, it starts in Wickliffe, Ohio. Marky, you on camera?
Are we? Oh, nice.
Say hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, where tonight the Wickliffe Blue Devils, with a record of 1-0, are here at home as they entertain Akron North from the I'm guessing from the north side of Akron.
Way to go out on the limb there, partner.
Hey, sometimes you got to think outside the box. So I've been trying to tell that to some of my employees, but what are you going to do, huh? But in any case, hopefully you're ready for it because we're glad to have you here tonight. 7 o'clock will be kickoff. The Blue Devils are entertaining the Vikings from Akron North. And should be a good one. Blue Devils last week opened the season with a little bit of a payback to the gang from Brookside. Final score of 18-7. And, well, you might say 18-7. Frank, that wasn't a big score. A lot of potential, folks. A lot of potential.
Great. And last year, same kids, it was like 40 to something.
Exactly.
The improvement is just crazy.
The ground is still shaking from that sack that happened late in the game.
Right.
Mark, I would have sworn the number was 3712. Eastwind with a full throttle blitz as they put the quarterback era into tomorrow, which was last Friday.
Which pretty much sealed the game.
It did seal the game. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yep.
Akron North is here. They watching them in pregame here, folks. It looks like they've got some athletic guys on the team that'll give the Blue Devils a good test, and we're just glad to have you.
And we are. And speaking about the Vikings of Akron North High School, that team, fast, a lot of athleticism there. The Blue Devils have to be able to contain them on the outside tonight to be able to stay in this ball game because, again, the quickness of them and the explosiveness of them if they're not prepared. And we saw a couple of plays last week when that happened with Harrison, the tall wide receiver for Brookside, just being able to get past our, the perimeter and past our corners. So that's the thing. We have to contain them, keep them inside, and then a little bit of misdirection and what they do best on offense, handing off to either Vince Gargiulo or number 33, Bobby Plum. And Bobby had a heck of a week last week with the Blue Devils. He led everything in rushing. We'll talk about his numbers, and I'm sure he'll be featured a lot tonight. So it should be between EJ and Gargiulo and Bobby Plum and the rest of the guys. It looks like formidable opponents for the Vikings of Akron North, and I just can't wait till we kick this off. Coach was saying good week of practice, but they went right back to work after that celebration on Friday night. And I actually had tweeted and sent him a message, Coach, on Twitter Saturday morning to ask him if it was a, how the film session went on Saturday morning. He said it was a great film session.
I'll bet it was.
A lot of fun.
I'll bet it was.
So we're looking forward to that tonight. And again, a lot of speed. Got to contain those outsides, and the Blue Devils have to keep on doing what they're doing.
And you know what, Mark? You mentioned Bobby Plum. We should also mention he was one of the News Herald Players of the Week.
Yep.
And, he showed a lot of grit in last week's game. I think that second touchdown run, about the 10-yard line, three different guys, tried to contain him, and they didn't contain him until he crossed the goal line. So, there's a good chance we're going to see more of that tonight, and probably a lot of them featuring him and a lot of the misdirection from that wing T offense.
154 yards on 17 carries last week for Bobby Plum, and I'm guessing we're going to see the same until somebody stops it, I would say.
There's a rumor that was I heard this on ESPN earlier today that Nick Chubb, who plays downtown, has been studying the film of Bobby Plum because he's trying to raise his game a little bit at the pro level.
And he did a good job last week, that's for sure.
That's right.
Also a familiar face with the Vikings of Akron North, and that is head coach Doug Miller. He was here last week when he was with another school down there, the Garfield School of Akron, and I think it was that replacement game that we had very early on. And he remembered our conversation, and I would imagine that is still on my phone somewhere, but we are going to hear the conversation I had with him just a little bit ago on the field here in just a minute or so.
Folks, there's a chance Mark's got some interviews with Newt Rockney. On that phone as well. It might be like an Alexander Graham Bell phone, but
Right.
So it's a beautiful night here, ladies and gentlemen. A little overcast, about 77 degrees up here at Memorial Field at Wickliffe High School. Once again, the Worldwide Network of the Blue Devils. And by the way, tonight, probably if we're not already on, but the network is being carried by our friends over at WINT Radio, 101.5 FM and 1330 AM. So it's we're YouTube, Facebook Live, traditional AM, traditional FM. Mark, I think we're like the media
giant of Lake County tonight.
The giant, in the center of the world. We've even brought in a Hall of Fame media assistant and Danny Rowan, who recently was inducted into the Little League Hall of Fame for Major League Baseball. With Little League World Series going on right now. So that 1968 Pony League minor team. Coached by Gary Rowan, and they had a kid on that team that could drag bunt, left-handed hitter, who could drag bunt and basically be down to first base before the ball even left the bat.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Am I standing next to him?
I don't know, but a big figment of my imagination. I could bunt for power. Let's put it to you that way.
All right, and would like to make mention that the Worldwide Blue Devil Network is. Because, and sponsored by the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. If it wasn't for those folks, we wouldn't be bringing you this. This is our 19th season, and we're looking forward to this second game here with your Blue Devils going against the Vikings of Akron North High School. We'll have starting lineups coming up here in just a little bit. Kickoff is probably in about, 20-some minutes. And we'll have the band, we'll have the alma mater, the national anthem. We'll have it all for you, and, of course, we'll feature, if both bands will be here, certainly your Wickliffe Swing Band will be featuring them as well coming up this evening. So what are we going to hear? Let's just hear from Coach maybe Doug Miller from the Vikings here in just a little bit.
We can do that. But, whenever we play a team from Akron, I like to tell the following story. Back in 1999, or once upon a time, back in 1999, the Wickliffe Blue Devils were in the playoffs. And they had to face a team down in Akron. It was a team by the name of Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. And they had a freshman wide receiver who the PA announcer and the program referred to as LeBran. LeBran James. So, folks, if you ever want to go into a bar, and I guarantee you'll be able to get a drink from the bartender on the following trivia question. And the trivia question is this. What high school football team launched the basketball career of LeBron James? It's the Wickliffe Blue Devils, because LeBron was a freshman, and technically you can't play your next sport until the prior one is over. And because the Blue Devils beat St. Vincent St. Mary's that night, ending their season, that began his basketball career. So I think LeBron...
He's done pretty good.
LeBron, if you're checking in from L.A., which is also another acronym for Lower Akron, right?
Yeah, right.
If you want to, send a few billion to the Wickliffe City School District, they won't complain. So Mark, I think we're about ready to have a listen to the coach.
Yep. I can just tell the world my 041132. Just told the world my combination of my phone.
There you go.
Get rid of it tonight.
So I guess we are ready to.
Coach Miller of your Akron North Vikings, had a chance to speak with him down on the field. Excited about the team, really looking the progress they made between last week's loss in Fairport and this week. Good week of practice for them. And Coach talks about his team and the game tonight against the Blue Devils. Okay, back down on the field here, and welcoming back to Wickliffe Memorial Field, Coach Doug Miller of the Akron North Vikings. Coach, it's good to see you again. Welcome back to Wickliffe.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Last week, you all were here in Lake County. You took a trip up. Early part of this first game of the year. How'd you guys do? How did you feel about it? I know the outcome probably wasn't what you wanted, but, what good things did you see? And I realize it being first week of the season, and these guys maybe hadn't been only since the 1st of August. So kind of talk about last week and, how the season's going so far for the Vikings.
Going good. Seen a lot of progress. I mean, we got 2 whole new systems with a whole new coaching staff pretty much. And last week was just a lot of just learning opportunities. So didn't go the way we wanted, of course. Definitely were able to kind of pick out a lot of things, learn a lot from it over the week, and get better prepared. overall, I'm excited with how the kids responded and how they've responded this week with practice too.
That's what I was going to ask. Practice this week went well then, huh?
Yeah, good practice this week. High spirits, we weren't down on each other. Definitely tough to be in a game for a long period and just kind of get a couple put on you at the end and let it go. So
Good job. Well, for Vikings and Blue Devil fans listening and watching this evening all along the internet, with your offense, let's talk about some of your offensive guys. First of all, what type of offense do the Vikings run, and what do you like to do as maybe your bread and butter? Wickliffe's a wing T. I mean, what is your offense based on?
Call it more of like a power spread. We like to obviously run the ball like everybody in Ohio, but we want to be able to get out and throw it around a little bit too. So just using formations to get us in the right spots.
So fans listening also tonight, and just as a coach, I know you don't like to single out anybody, but you do feature other folks on the offense. Who are the features and the numbers we want to look for?
I think we'll have some big days from 1, 2, and 52. Had a great week. He's back off injury.
Zavell and Darren.
Yeah, Zavell, Darren, and then Tyrion had a good week of practice. First time he could go full go all week. And then our quarterback's young, so we'll see how he responds to the lights tonight. If he can get out of his head a little bit, I think he's having a good night.
Awesome. And the defensive side of the ball, man, just like a lot of folks, you got a lot of kids going both ways. Mm-hmm. Talk about your defense, maybe how you are going to defend the Blue Devils tonight, from a 50,000-foot level there, and what do you hope to accomplish tonight with your defense?
Just want to compete, stop their go-to runs and be on them and make their passes tough. So just make sure that we know who's on the field and win, and be ready for any kind of smoke and mirrors.
Gotcha. Well, Coach, finally your special teams, how pretty important part of the game, maybe not so as much at the high school level as at any other level, but nonetheless, pretty important part of that. We don't want to miss the special teams. Who do we feature on the special teams as our returners and kickers and so forth?
Jenkins and Kelsey are definitely two real special returners when they get the ball in their hands and get some space. And then we kind of got a little punting battle, which is nice. A little kicking battle between Jackson and Jenkins, too. Just some talented kids that like to do things a little differently. So they're both kicking the ball really well, and they're actually having a hard time figuring out who we're going to put out there. So
I guess a nice problem to have.
Yeah.
Coach, once again, welcome to Wickliffe. It's been great talking with you. Thanks so much. Coach Doug Miller from the Akron North Vikings. Coach, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
And there's a little bit of an insight from Coach Doug Miller that Mark had a chance to chat with him as we're about a little more than 15 minutes away with regard to tonight's kickoff. And once again, we'll be picking up our network feed tonight is WINT Radio. I believe they'll be picking us up about 7 o'clock. They're 101.5 FM and 1330 AM. So a bit of a homecoming for Mark and I, as in years past when it was referred to as WELW Radio. Mark spent some time on their airwaves, and I think they even lowered their standards a bit more back in the 70s when they allowed me to be on their airwaves. So it'll be fun to be, a bit of a homecoming for the two of us tonight, as we'll be part of the WINT Game of the Week.
There's a picture of Frank at the board at WELW years ago, and he's got a tuxedo on, and it looks like a velvet tuxedo with a bow tie. Do you remember that picture?
Oh yeah. I think I was filling in for Leo D'Arcy on a program that was called Swap Shop.
And they made you wear a tuxedo?
No, they were taking pictures that day to do promotional pictures for the radio station. So I had to wear, and actually that was a sport coat that I had. That I think I wore to my senior prom here at the Wickliffe High School.
Okay, I'll let you go now, but good picture.
Well, there you have it. So Mark also had a chance to talk with Coach Mars Purcello, and probably some interesting things to learn as Coach, I'm sure, recapped last week's victory and things that what we may be able to see from the Blue Devils this evening.
Well, here we are, week 2 already. And it just seemed like it was the other day that the Blue Devils won against Brookside High School and the Cardinals. And we're back here at Wickliffe Memorial Field, and with, of course, pregame Coach Mars Purcello. And Coach, first of all, let's talk about last week. And the one thing I do want to say is they never get enough credit on anything, but I thought it wasn't the best performance, but boy, the O and D lines compared to last year, even at the last game, and it's essentially a lot of the same kids. Just outstanding job, especially when they needed to have it. What do you say?
Yeah, I thought we played really well up front on both sides of the ball. A couple things I think we fixed up this week, but for the most part, I thought we were pretty physical. I thought we played hard for 4 quarters, and we kind of turned it on in the fourth quarter. So,
and especially the first game of the year, and that's what we noticed. I said halfway during the third, it seemed like the tide was changing a little bit there, and and again, last year we mentioned this last week on I did that this is essentially the same teams last year that played, and to see what the difference was last year and the outcome in this year, it was just fantastic last week. It must have been a good week.
Yeah, for sure. We enjoyed it, but we were back to work on Monday, getting ready for these guys. So, but yeah, we were very pleased with the way we played.
Okay. I know we have Akron North, the Vikings, but how did we come out physically last week? All good?
Yeah, good. Gavin got hurt, so he's out for a while here. And then Patrick Quinn is back tonight, so he didn't play last week, so he's back.
Was Gavin the ankle?
Yeah, ACL.
Oh.
Yeah, on the opening kickoff.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah,
oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so that's good. So then when we start talking about, game planning for the Vikings, what was the first thing you saw that you noticed that you kind of thought, well, we probably better start with this?
Yeah, so they're in basic formations, but they're athletic. They got some athletes on the edge, and so we got to tackle. We got some different things going on tonight defensively, which I think will be pretty good for these guys. But we got to tackle in space. They're going to try to get to the perimeter on us, and we got to tackle.
So when you have the ball, when you guys have the ball, and your offense is out there, which by the way, it wasn't perfect last week, but boy, it was just so timely, the plays they made. Talk about what you saw in film against their defense and how we can maybe look at that tonight.
Yeah, we saw a couple different defenses, actually. They jump into a couple different ones. But, again, it's going to be a big misdirection night, a lot of counters. I think we might run inside the tackles tonight a little bit and to start, and then see what happens after that. So,
Coach, and it happened last week. So when I'm up there as a fan, a casual fan or whatever, and you say the counters and running those, for those to work well, I know you got to say, well, 11 players got to be doing their job. But at the snap, what has to happen there? And is time has got to be of the essence. And could you just break that counter quickly down for?
Yeah, we use a lot of motion, and it's very timing based, and then we use a lot, we're faking on almost every play, so it's a lot of unselfishness that has to happen, and we use a lot of misdirection, so we're faking one way and running the other, and our counter game means that like our front line we're pulling to a certain direction, so it's actually pretty sophisticated as far as like scheme wise goes, but I thought we executed pretty well last week. So
finally, I'll wrap up with special teams. And last week on special teams, I didn't know, it was just very surprising there toward the beginning of the game, right? When, or it was towards the beginning of the game when we were kicking off, maybe after our first touchdown, they just let the ball go. And nobody had touched it on the kickoff, and our guys were right there to get it. Talk about that, and then of course talk about number 12, our new kicker for this evening.
I think we had we forced 4 turnovers Friday night, 2 of them on defense and then 2 on special teams. And,
right.
We don't have a big kicking game. We're going to kick it into the end zone, so we do a lot of other things like pooching and onside and things like that. We try to get the ball back, and over the years we've gotten the ball back a lot on special teams. So, that's kind of what we try to do. And the one that we got back, the kid actually thought it was going to hop up, and it never did. And our guy beat him to the football, and then that was kind of deflated him, I think, at that point. So
gotcha. And our new kicker, Eliza.
Yeah.
Talk about her and how did all this come about from 7 days ago when we last talked?
Yeah. Actually, her and I had talked last year about this kind of jokingly, and then the other day she was at soccer practice, and we were working on kickoff, and she said, "Let me try one," and what we do when we pooch it, she did it perfectly. And then, so then she approached me, this week and said, "Hey, I want to try this." And I'll tell you what, we were pretty pleased with what we saw. So she practiced with us Tuesday and Thursday, and I think she's ready to go.
Okay. All right, Coach Marsh Purcello, good luck tonight, and let's go for 2-0.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And there you have it, Mark chatting with Coach Purcello, and some interesting things with respect to our new place kicker for the Blue Devils, Eliza Wills, and we'll hopefully be able to see plenty of her tonight. Also want to give a shout out to the National Weather Service. You know, as we were checking Doppler Devil weather, it said 2% chance of rain. Well, guess what? The 2% just kicked in. It's a little bit of a sprinkle right now. And here in a moment, we're pretty much step aside because we'll be able to hear the Blue Devil Swing Band as they're getting into place. Insofar as our national anthem and the Wickliffe High School alma mater. Then Mark and I will have some starting lineups. And then, folks, it'll be time for
Blue Devil football. Yeah.
Football Night in America.
Please rise, remove your hat, and join the Wickliffe Swing Band as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, after which we ask that you please remain standing for the Wickliffe High School alma mater.
Enjoy. And there you have the playing of the colors, honoring America, and the Wickliffe High School alma mater. We're about just 6 minutes or so away from game time as the Blue Devils are home tonight, game number 2 of the 2022 high school football season. Blue Devils coming in here 1-0 after last week's 18-7 victory over Brookside from Sheffield Lake. And we'll see what they can do tonight against their guests from Akron North. They'll be entertaining the Vikings of Akron North. And so we'll be taking a look at the starting lineups here in just a moment. Sorry about that. We'll be introducing tonight's defense for Wickliffe and the offense for Akron North. And also want to make mention that tonight we're honoring the middle school cheerleaders. They'll be cheering with the varsity cheerleaders, I believe, throughout tonight's game, or at least the first half. And also, I believe is tonight, Marcus, tonight Wickliffe Midget Football League or the middle school ball players are
Middle school.
are here on the field with the varsity. So that's always kind of fun. As now we'll be able to get you some starting.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start with the Akron North Vikings football team. Their starting offense. At wide receiver, number 1 is Avell Thomas. Number 2 is Darren Jenkins. He's a senior wide receiver. Jameer Garrett, he is a sophomore, and he will be piloting the offense for Coach Doug Miller. Number 4 is Marvin Kuzi. He's a sophomore. Number 4, wide receiver. Also, Marshawn Barkley, he is a senior wide receiver and one of the better players on the team. Look out for him. Number 8 is Jalen Kopinger. He is a wide receiver. Number 50 is Pradesh Manger. He is a junior offensive lineman. Rico Stamp, a freshman, number 51 on that offensive line. Number 52 is Tyrion Jones. He is offensive lineman and probably playing the defense as well. Number 55 is Isaac Clark. And finally, rounding out the starting offense for the Akron North Vikings team is Morris Corbett, and he is an offensive lineman, a junior. And we literally, as I'm reading this starting lineup, have a literal downpour happening right now.
That we do. So, I guess, wow, it is really coming down. Thank God we've got a little bit of a plywood overhang to protect ourselves, and we're also trying to protect our guest, Abby, who's running film for the Akron North Vikings. Taking a look at the defense for the Wickliffe Blue Devils, it looks like it'll be Noah's Ark who will be in there on the whole defensive line based on what Mother Nature's doing right now. It'll be number 3, Jake Beal will be in there in the defensive backfield. Ralph Jackson, number 4, he's a freshman. Vince Gargiulo, number 6, will be in that defensive backfield. E.J. Mester, who had an interception last week, will be in there at linebacker. Chase Benadio, number 10, is in there at linebacker. Bobby Plum, who was one of the stars of last week's ball game, both offensively and defensively. And then on that defensive line, we've got Noah Dome, number 56, Patrick Quinn, number 57, Blake Promozic, number 72, and rounding out the defense for the Blue Devils, Mitchell Lindsay, number 75. So we're a couple minutes away, and it's really coming down here. So what was really just going to be a very pleasant and peaceful, beautiful weather evening. We'll see if Mother Nature's elements will have any effect on tonight's ball game. So,
boy, oh boy.
It is coming down. I tell you what, maybe we'll take a look at Doppler Devil radar to see what's happening with respect to the weather, because I think it is letting up a hair.
Well, interesting, Frank. And also this evening, we do get asked sometimes to let folks know if we know scores of other games. So we're going to try to provide you from some local scores tonight. In the area, Lutheran West is visiting Kirtland. They're scheduled to start here in just a minute. Streetsboro is at West Geauga. Geneva is at Struthers, and Orange is at Middle Ridge. Perry, the Pirates are playing Kenston High School, and Lakeside is playing Madison tonight, Edgewood and Grand Valley, just to name a few of the CVC matchups in the Valley Division going on this evening.
And the Devils are now making their way out onto the soggy artificial turf, and I just looked at you're probably in the Cleveland area going, Frank, it's not raining where I'm at, and I just looked at radar. There's like a green dot over Wickliffe and a green dot over Menor, and that's it. Rain is letting up, so I think we're going to have a dry ball game, but we had a few minutes here of some, weather
rain.
Fun, pretty good rain. So we're just about ready to get underway for tonight's game. And I would like to make mention that this week's game on WINT is brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic. For every care in the world, from Willoughby Hills to Menor to Madison, the center of the world, universe, Wickliffe, the Cleveland Clinic, we're always nearby. So for those back at station control, the WINT will probably throw it to you at the end of each quarter and at the half, as the network will continue on. The Worldwide Blue Devil Network, made possible by the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. So we just found out that Akron North is won the toss, and they're going to receive the opening kickoff. So it looks like back in a single safety.
I believe Coach said that you've got some really guys that can light it up back there. Being Darren and Jameer, Darren Jenkins, Jameer Garrett, I believe, are going to be deep for the Vikings.
From here, Mark, it looks like I see number 2. Yeah, Darren Jenkins is back deep, and they've got a couple guys up at about the 25-yard line as Eliza's got the ball teed up. This will be her first kickoff in a game condition. We'll see what happens here as we're about ready to get underway on this beautiful, Friday night. We got a nice high end over end, beautiful kick down to about the 15-yard line. Jenkins picks it up at the 15. He's out to the 30, breaks the tackle. He's over the 35. He's over the 40. He's over the 50. He's on his way. He's down to the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown for Akron North, and we've got late flags in all over the place. As Darren Jenkins took it to the house for 85 yards.
That probably was the best kick we've ever seen out of a Wickliffe player. Right down the field, and it was returned for a touchdown, 85 yards. Wow. Flag on the play right now, waiting for the call from the field. Coach Porcello out on the field. He's down towards the bottom of the field.
So the signal is a touchdown. We've got unsportsmanlike conduct called on Akron North. So based on the activities of last week, this is the first points that the Vikings have put up on the season, an 85-yard touchdown run, and in all of what would be 13 seconds. He got a block there at about the 25-yard line, took off to the right, and then he was off to the races. So we'll see what the Vikings choose to do for the point after, although the officials are marking the penalty yardage for unsportsmanlike conduct off on the point after. So they're going to bring the ball back out to about the 17-yard line, and they're going to move it over to the left hash mark. So we'll see what happens here if Akron North is going to attempt the point after in the form of a placement or go for the 2-point conversion. And it does look like they're going to try the 2-point conversion variety, as they will have to go 17 yards in order to convert here. They put a man in motion. The snap is back. They're looking to throw. They set, they fire, and it's picked off by Bobby Plum, who's going to be brought down at the 12. So that basically means that the point after is no good. So as we are just underway here at, I guess maybe not. We've got a penalty on holding on the Vikings, which is going to be declined by Wickliffe. So we'll take 3. With 11:47 to go here in the first quarter, the Vikings strike first on a kickoff, opening kickoff return. Makes your score Akron North 6 and Wickliffe nothing. So we'll see what the Devils are capable of doing here. Their first possession of the football. And Mark, you're right. That was a good kick.
Oh, great kick. That's one of the best kicks we've seen.
And it basically the pursuit came apart, and Akron was able to get some good blocks, which sprung Jenkins loose, and that's how they were able to get some points on the board quickly here. Once again, if you're joining us, we're live on YouTube, Facebook Live and WINT 101.5 FM and 1330 AM. And now teeing the ball up for
Wickliffe, number 6, Vince Gargiulo, number 9, DJ Mester, and number 33, Bobby Plum.
Akron North. Their numbers kind of they kind of blend in.
66.
It looks like number 66,
Yeah.
Drew Metzner.
66, Bernard Jackson.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading off the wrong thing there. Sorry, folks. Matter of fact, they don't even have a 66 on their roster.
At least the one we have.
Right. In any case, we'll call him Don Cockcroft. So we've got back deep for the Devils, back at about the 12-yard line. Looks like we got Bobby Plum back in the middle of the field there. Now we're about ready as they're carefully teeing it up. The Blue Devils, when they get the ball, will be moving from right to left on your screens. I believe our little rain shower has made its way out of here. We've got a line drive kick that's going to come down. Bobby picks it up at about the 15. He's across the 20, the 25. He's the 30. He's going to get met by a pile of bees. Still on his feet as he gets out over the 35 to about the 37-yard line, where a host of Vikings brought him down. As sounds like Zavel Thomas, number 1, a sophomore for the Vikings, brought him down. So making his way out on the field, and it'll be their first series on offense, are the Wickliffe Blue Devils, led by E.J. Mester, who's in a quarterback. It'll be 1st and 10, Wickliffe at their own 37. Devils send one wide left, one wide right. Looks like he's got Plum to his left in the backfield. Nope, a delayed handoff to Gargiulo. He gets out over the 40, where good tackle there by the middle linebacker for the Vikings. Their numbers kind of just blend in. And again, another number that's not on our roster.
Marshawn Barkley, number 6, is the linebacker that grabbed them. And it really was just a kind of a misdirection off to the right side of the Blue Devil line, and now it's 2nd and about 7 yards.
Ball at the 40, right center of the field. The snap, delay, it's going to be Mester on a hand. He's going to keep it himself. He gets over the 45 to 46-yard line. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Where number 6, is that Barker?
Barkley, once again.
Barkley made the tackle, and they're from his middle linebacker position. Clock running just under 11 minutes. If you're just tuning in or clicking in, Akron North took the opening kickoff back 85 yards for the touchdown, so the Devils are down 6-0. 3rd and 1. Wickliffe from their 46. Gargiulo's got the first down, burying those feet as he gets out to midfield. It'll be a first down for the Blue Devils. The Devils early going are working the middle of the field. Blue Devils are in their all blue uniforms, blue jerseys, blue pants with the gold/yellow helmets. Vikings in an all white uniform, looks like black helmets with gold lettering and emblem. So 1st and 10, Wickliffe, ball right at the midfield strike. Delay back to Bobby Plum. He's got some running room. He's got a first down. He's inside the 40, down to about the, it looks like he's just inside the 37, or maybe about at the 37 there of Akron North. There's one of those delayed misdirection plays over right tackle that Mark was learning about from Coach Purcello in the pregame show.
That was Noah Garrison, actually, number 79 on the outside, that sprung that run, first down for the Blue Devils.
Devils in that familiar wing T offense. They operate out of a shotgun, and it's going to be Mester's going to keep it after a fake to Plum. Again, he works that right tackle spot. He gets down to about the 33-yard line, so it's going to be a gain of 4. Devils are chewing up some yardage on each play. So it'll bring up 2nd and 6. I want to give a shout out to our dear friend Mike Urich, who's clicking in either from Kirtland Hills or Geneva. Also our buddy Steve Tomko out in Olmsted Falls. And our record producer buddy Gary Katz, who's checking in from New York City.
Hey, Gary.
Yep. 2nd and 6, a delay to Plum. He's got some positive yardage. This time they were able to stuff him at about the 31-yard line. So it'll be a gain of about 2 on that play. Devils quickly to the line. It's going to be a 3rd, and I'm going to call it a 3rd and long 4. They got to get down to about the 27-yard line. I think the Devils were able to get the Vikings to jump off sides as number 19 for the Vikings. They're jumped early. Looks like Isaac Clark.
Isaac Clark, yep.
The defensive linebacker. So that should probably create a first down by penalty. 8:36 to go here in the first quarter. Devils in a small hole here, 6-0 after the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown by the Vikings. And it is 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the North 26. Handoff to Bobby Plum. He's trying to swing wide right. He's going to get run out of bounds just inside the 5th. Wow, that horrible spot as he was run out of bounds at about the 14. It's going to be good for a first down, but I think they're going to mark it at the 15.
Right.
I mean, he clearly had the 14-yard line on that one, Mark.
See the heel of the line judge over there is right on the 15.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the North, Akron North. You know, we do need to clarify it because there is Eastlake North, which is literally like less than 5 miles from where we're standing. 1st and 10 Wickliffe. They're making their way. They're in the red zone. Mester running again. He's got the handoff to Plum. This time he got ahead as he tried to. We got a really late flag come in here as he was run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Let's see what the call is. We've got a call against Wickliffe. Sideline warning.
I was going to say number 2 made a good play
Unbelievable.
on that. Darren Jenkins from the Vikings made a nice play.
Except the sideline warning was called from the Akron side of the field, Mark. I'm not quite sure what the thinking is there, but it's only a warning, so it'll be 2nd and 8, ball at about the 13-yard line. Mester in a shotgun. He's got Gargiulo to his right, and Gargiulo's up the middle. He's inside the 5. He breaks a tackle. He's down to about the 4-yard line. He's going to have a first down. It'll be 1st and goal Blue Devils as they ran misdirection from the right side right up the middle as Jenkins was able to bring him down, and if Jenkins didn't get him, he'd have been in the end zone. So it'll be 1st and goal Blue Devils at the 4-yard line of the Vikings. About 7:40 to go here in the first quarter. Devils looking to even the score here as Mester's going to take it, and this time he's going to get met at about the 5-yard line. Good pursuit and tackle there as Bernard Jackson was there to bring him down. They met him. The forward progress was the 5, but they moved it back to the 6. Some of these guys ought to go to the Frank Foti School of Officiating. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. Devils send one wide left, one wide right. The familiar wing T as Bobby Plum's trying to get wide to the right side. He's looking for the pylon, and he's got it. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And with that, with 6:50 to go here in the first quarter, the Devils have evened it up 6 apiece. And we'll see what happens here for the point after, as it looks like we'll be trying to come on and attempt her first point after is Eliza Wills, who
I had a chance to speak with her down on the bench for, about a minute or so, and I said, how you doing? She goes, well, I'm doing. I go, you're a little nervous? She goes, a little bit, but I think once I get the first kick done, I'll be fine.
I think she's going to do just fine. She's got it lined up. It looks like, I think is that Gargiulo who's the holder?
No,
that's Bobby Plum.
Yep.
The snap is back. The kick is up.
She made it.
It's right down the middle, and it's good. And you can see the jubilation for number 12 there. And, Mark, she nailed it.
She did.
So the Devils go up 7-6. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter, and here's your fight song.
You know, Frank, also, I'll share this with you. I said to her, I said, on that first kickoff, are you going to go down the run down there and stick your nose into that? And she goes, absolutely not. She's
Wise young lady there, Mark. Wise young lady. So the Devils quickly are able to answer the opening kickoff return for the Vikings with a very impressive drive of their own, as Bobby Plum was able to take it in from 6 yards out. And we'll see what Wickliffe chooses to do on this kickoff, because in the past, one of the challenges for the Blue Devils has been their special teams coverage. So Eliza Mills has it teed up. Wills, I'm sorry. Sorry, Eliza. So Jenkins is again back deep. We've got a little pooch kick that's going to come down to about the 20-yard line. He'll get you a name and number here. He's over the 30. He's going to get met. No, he's still on his feet out over the 40 to about the 47-yard line. And that was number 1, Zavell Thomas, a sophomore. As the Vikings will start off 1st and 10, good field position at their own 47-yard line. So this will be our first opportunity to see what the Vikings are capable of doing on offense. Got to give a lot of credit to them. Not a lot on their, that's not a large roster for the Vikings. So, you know, when the guys, you know, everybody pretty much going both ways on a warm, humid night, you know, give them a lot of credit. So they bring 2 guys wide to the right side, 1 wide left. They've got a back in the backfield. Looks like they'll be operating out of a shotgun, as one of the guys in the backfield there is Zavell Thomas. I'll get a name and number here and who the quarterback is, as it's going to be Thomas. He's going to try to get wide to the right side, and a host of Blue Devils brought him down right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like number 4 for Wickliffe, Ralph Jackson, was there to bring him down, along with a host of Devils, as they were able to string that play out, and good pursuit there. Also looked like a little bit of slipperiness on the field due to the little rain shower we had, which happened literally like at the beginning of the game. So as I look at it, looks like number 3, Jameer Garrett, is in at quarterback for the Vikings. They set up in what looks almost like a traditional T formation, a back on either side of the quarterback. It's a shotgun, 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. We've got a snap, and the Blue Devils are going to get called for encroachment. So from 2nd and 10, it'll go 2nd and 5 as they're going to move the ball to the Wickliffe 48-yard line. Did somebody line up in the neutral zone? I didn't see anybody move.
No, I think that's what happened.
Okay, so it'll be 2nd and 5 as the Vikings break their huddle. This time they've got 2 wide to the left, 1 in a slot, 1 wide on the right side. Garrett's in the shotgun, the snap. It's a delay. And going backwards, good pursuit there by number 72. Blake Bromozic shot through, and he was able to look like Blessed Davis was the ball carrier, and he was brought back all the way back at the original line of scrimmage, which is going to be at the Vikings' 47-yard line. as Mark was talking about in the pregame with Coach Purcello, the play of the offensive line and defensive line from last week, and we're seeing some of that in the early going here tonight. About 4:45 to go, quarter number one. Devils up 7-6. If you're just tuning in on WINT or clicking in on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Garrett looking to throw. He fires, and it's going to fall incomplete as in there on a good blitz for Wickliffe was number 56, which is Noah Dome. So this is going to bring up a 4th and 10 for North, and not quite sure if they're going to go for it or if they're going to set up in punt formation, but it does look like they've got somebody who's going to be heading back to about the 35-yard line, which would, Bernard Jackson, number 66, big guy, is going to be in there in punt formation, and it looks like Bobby Plum is back in single safety for the Blue Devils, back at about his 23-yard line. Snap is back. High end-over-end kick. Plum is going to let it bounce. It takes a north roll, and the Vikings are going to down it at about the Wickliffe 15-yard line. So it'll be the second possession on offense for the Blue Devils as they are in the early going on top in this one by a score of 7-6. Next week, the Devils are home once again as they'll be kicking off the Labor Day weekend. The Harvey Red Raiders will be here, and hopefully the Devils will be able to, pay a debt back to the Red Raiders who put it to Wickliffe last year in Paynesville. We'll have all the action here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. So E.J. Mester, junior quarterback for the Devils, making his way out onto the field. Devils break the huddle. Looks like he's got Vinny and now we've got a timeout taken by Akron North. So with about little under 4.5 to go here in the first quarter, Wickliffe 7 and the Vikings of Akron North 6. As we mentioned last week, if you haven't had a chance and you're in the area, swing by Wickliffe High School. The progress on the new campus is tremendous. Since ground was broken about 1.5 years ago, much of the structure is up, and this time next year, all the students will be in that building. So some really cool things happening here in Wickliffe City school system. And it's more than just the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Mark, there's no truth to the rumors that ESPN is reporting there's massage tables in the Wickliffe locker room. Frank, behave yourself. Okay.
Hey, Frank, I wanted to mention we might be having some problems with the Facebook feed. I was trying to look at some things. We are live on YouTube, Wickliffe Alumni Association. Thanks so much for tuning in this evening. Wickliffe getting ready to begin their next series. E.J. Mester in the backfield. There's a handoff to Gargiulo, right side, just off tackle. Vince gets to about, their line of scrimmage or so, maybe even loses a foot or two. It's going to be second down. Marshawn Barkley for the Vikings was there once again. It's going to be about, second and 10.5 for your Blue Devils.
Devils break the huddle, and they send one wide left, one wide right. They've yet to go to the air tonight. Akron showing a bit of a blitz as Mester is going to keep it himself, goes right up the middle on a delay, gets out over the 15. He's out to just about the 19-yard line. So
once again, number 6.
Yep. So Bernard Jackson's been somebody we've been able to call his name quite a few times already in the early going. Still a bit overcast here in Wickliffe, but the clearing to the west, so and we really got a burst of rain just before kickoff. So 3rd and 6, we'll see what the Devils are capable of doing here. Looks like the Vikings are trying to bunch the center of the line as Mester's looking to throw. He rolls, he sets, he basically flings it, tried to fling it before getting sacked. He did not get sacked. He kind of tried to shovel it underhand. It fell. Luckily, it felt incomplete because it was more closer to a Viking than to a Blue Devil. So this will bring up a punting situation for Wickliffe.
Back in punt formation for Wickliffe, number 50, Gio Martinez.
As Gio Martinez, number 50, a freshman, will be standing back at about his 4-yard line.
For North, number 1, Zavell Thomas.
And Zavell Thomas will be standing at about the Wickliffe 45-yard line. So the Vikings stand to get the ball back in decent field position here based on this punt. Snap is back. Nice spiraling kick is going to come down, take a north bounce inside the 40. It's picked up and downed by, their numbers kind of blend into their jerseys, where North is going to have it in good field position at about the Wickliffe 37-yard line. I think that might have been Marshawn Barkley.
First and 10, North.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings, and they're set up at the Wickliffe 37-yard line. 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 your score. This will be the second offensive series for the Vikings as they break the huddle. And on the short side of the field, they've got 2 wide, 1 in a slot. 2 wide to the right side, 1 in a slot. They put them in motion. The backs shifting around the quarterback, Garrett, now into a T formation. The snap is back. It basically is going to get, I don't know where they were snapping the ball, but luckily Garrett was able to get back and fall on it in North territory as that basically rolled all the way back to the North 48-yard line. It actually rolled to the 47, but they've marked it at the 48.
15-yard loss on the play. It'll be second down and 25.
So it'll be 2nd and 25 for the Vikings. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 27 for first down. The Vikings substituting players in and out, and now it looks like the play call is coming in from the sideline as Garrett, the quarterback, is talking with his mates. They break the huddle. 1:45 to go here in the first. And North is taking another timeout. So with 1:45 to go here in the first quarter, your score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7 and Akron North 6.
Well, as I said, Frank, we're having a little bit of problem with the Facebook feed. We're still good on YouTube, and we're still, of course, feeding WINT as well. Well, so far, now I have to say I thought that the game was going to be a little bit better for the offense of the Blue Devils. I thought they were going to be able to move the ball a little bit better than they have, Frank. Looks like maybe the Akron North guy. I think if you take out number 6, Barkley, for the Vikings, will be pretty good, but we've got to deal with him. He's a heck of a talent at middle linebacker. He's been all over the field. And they're getting ready to come back out on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 48-yard line. 1:45 to go, 7-6 here. Wickliffe on top at Wickliffe Memorial Field. In motion is number 7. And there's a sweep to the left-hand side. That would be Thomas, the sophomore. And in there for the Blue Devils, number 4, Ralph Jackson was in there for the Blue Devils. Flag on the play. As it is right now, it's going to be 3rd and a mile. Penalty was declined.
Stop was made there by number 57, Patrick Quinn for Wickliffe.
Patrick Quinn back with the Blue Devils here this week. He was out last week. It's good to see him, number 57, back out on the field. Patrick's a senior, 6'1", 190 pounds. It's good to have him back in the lineup. So Garrett brings the Vikings to the line. Stands about 5 yards behind his center. Moves the running back over to his left. He is back to pass, looking left, now to the right, and some disruption there. Number 72 for the Blue Devils. Blake Primozic was able to hit him, but Garrett was able to get the ball off. And that looks like that was to number 66, who we talked a little bit ago, but then Ryan Quinn came up with it for the Blue Devils. I actually thought the ball was going to be called down because it looked like the arm went in motion, but somebody was able to pick it up. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. I thought so, too. I mean, that didn't look like anybody had picked that off. Yeah, and that was the right call. So it's going to be 4th down and a mile, 30-some yards. I would imagine we're going to see the punt team for the Vikings. Bernard Jackson back for the Vikings. Bobby Plum standing at his 32-yard line. Got about 1:08 to go here in this long first quarter to start this contest between the Vikings and Blue Devils. High kick, and Bobby Plum's going to let it go out of bounds on the far side. So that'll do it. The Blue Devils are back out onto the field. E.J. Mester and company. See if they can't get something going here in the late first quarter. 1 minute to go. And it's going to be first down for the Blue Devils. Mester standing at his 30. Handoff. That's going to be to number 1. Coming here on the near side. And that is Nunzio. That was Nunzio Zibnaska for the first down. Nice run here on the near side. Having problems with the stream to Facebook, folks, so if you listening on the radio, or you can actually go to our YouTube channel, Wickliffe Alumni on YouTube, and you'll be able to find us, and you'll be able to see the live game feed right there. It's going to be first down now for the Blue Devils, and the ball's lined up at the 47 of the Vikings, and Bobby Plum around the right side. Bobby Plum over to across the 45-yard line, just past the line of scrimmage. Number 65 for the Vikings made the tackle. That was Jaden Eccles.
Mark, I think that's going to bring it the end of the first quarter with the score Wickliffe 7 and Akron North 6. At WINT, we'll take a break here so you can run some spots. We'll continue on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network as we'll be bringing you quarter number 2 shortly. Want to say hello to Ken Bell, who's listening in on WINT. Thank you, Ken. Always good to, Ken, aside from being a great accountant, you finally came around from that influence of being a rebel for Willoughby South to being a follower of the Wickliffe Blue Devils. So we're about ready to get back to action here to start quarter number 2, as the Devils will have it 1st and 10 at the north 45-yard line.
As we start the second quarter, it'll be 2nd and 8 for Wickliffe, all at the Vikings 45-yard line.
A delay to Gargiulo, who was met in the backfield. He was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and once again,
Zavell Thomas
and 66. They shot Mark. They were able to get in that backfield, and they were able. If anything, the good thing was they didn't lose yardage because they did meet him in the backfield.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 8. Ball at the Akron North 45. Devils have 2 wide to the left side, 1 in a slot. Looks like Mester's changing the play. Now he moves Gargiulo over to his left side. They're in like a half-wing tee. As Mester's rolling to his left, he's looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he completes it to Bobby Plum. He's got it looks like we got a late flag in. Plum is brought down right at about the spot of where you would call where he needed to get to. Got 2 flags in there near the first down marking. We'll see what the call is.
I'm not sure. I think he might have led with his head.
No,
it's Wickliffe.
They call Wickliffe for a hold. And how do you call a hold from all the way on the right side of the field when everything in the play was happening on the left side of the field?
I mean, it seems like they threw the flag right at where the hit was.
Right.
And that's why I was thinking maybe it had to do with the hit. And 2 flags came in that direction.
Well, we saw some interesting things last week, Mark, and looks like they're equally interesting tonight. And also looks like Coach Miller is out trying to get some explanation from the officiating. Whoa. Wait a minute.
Oh, it's against Wickliffe.
It's against Wickliffe, but they marked it off as like 15 yards. The ball's all the way back at the Wickliffe 49. That doesn't make not much sense, but...
So something happened over there near that hit.
Because now, Mark, they've got to go almost 15 yards to get the first.
Yeah.
The ball is at the 49. They've got to get to the 37-yard line. Mester looking to throw. He fires back. He completes it to Plum. It almost got picked off. He was down. He fumbled the ball, but he was down. He got down to about the 41. I'm sorry, that he completed that pass to Zivnaska.
Nunzio.
And now they marked it all the way back at the 42. So it'll bring up a 4th and about, we'll call it 4th and 5. They've got to get to the 37-yard line to get a first down. Vikings looks like they want to bring the pressure.
Maybe trying to
Mester
get him to
changing
jump.
the play. Sorry, Mark.
And
now
I
think
he's trying to get him to jump off.
We've got a timeout taken by Wickliffe. 9:50 to go here in the first half. It's close, 7-6, which was where we were last week this time. 7-6 with Brookside.
I believe they were trying to draw them off sides. It looked like EJ was just kind of moving around, and as soon as they got down, Coach Purcello called the timeout. Again, I don't think they fell for that banana in the tailpipe.
Folks, he'll be here all night. Remember to tip your waitresses. At halftime, which has been our tradition for 19 years, we'll step away. We'll allow you to enjoy the Wickliffe High School Swing Band. As up here at Wickliffe Memorial Stadium tonight, we've got the cheerleading crew from the middle school, as well as the football team from the Wickliffe Middle School. They're on the sideline there with the Blue Devils. Mark, looks like there's an interesting dialogue going on.
Well, they're definitely deciding probably what play they're going to run, because they are going to run a play.
Right. And
unless they do a quick pooch kick.
Coach Purcell looked a bit animated in that huddle there as Devils are back out on the field. This time they're setting up in what would be like a pistol formation. Gargiulo right behind Mester. As Mester's looking to throw, he sets, he fires, he completes it. It's not going to be good enough for a first down as he makes it down to about the 40-yard line. Gargiulo pulled it in and was met right away, and the ball will go over on downs to the Vikings of Akron North.
13 on the play. Akron North will take over on down.
Want to give a shout out to the Wickliffe Blue Devils soccer team with an impressive victory I think yesterday, 2-0 over Kirtland. That's every year. The Blue Devils always have a good challenge when taking on the Hornets, where they always have, good programs there, And also want to give a shout out to Coach Laverty, who got his milestone victory last week for the Hornets. Garrett looking to hang on to the ball. He's a big guy. He's going to go wide to the right side. Good pursuit there by the Blue Devils, but not before he gets ahead to about the 46-yard line. So Garrett, a nice gain of 6. Mark, I didn't realize how big Garrett was until he was rolling out on that. Looks like he wanted to throw the ball, but he basically just put it down and took off and had a nice gain there to the right side.
He is a big guy. The roster doesn't have the size and weight of the players, so we're only going by what we see, but they do have some pretty tall kids. Eyes down on the field, well, I guess me saying they're tall isn't that big of a deal, but they were kind of bigger than I was.
2nd and 4 there from the 46. Garrett looking to throw again. He sets, he fires, and incomplete over the middle as he was looking there for number 6, Marshawn Barkley, down at about the Wickliffe 30-yard line. And Barkley did have a step on back there in coverage for Wickliffe was Chase Benadio. So we'll see what the Vikings put into play here as making his way out on the field after taking a small breather is number 75, Mitchell Lindsay, anchoring up the center of that defensive line for Wickliffe. 9.5 to go here in the second quarter. Seems like the second quarter is taking a bit longer than we're used to.
Actually, it seems the first quarter just ended.
Right.
That was the long quarter. But usually it seems like right around 10, 15 minutes, we'll be hearing some
Vikings
bands.
stacking the left side. Garrett looks, he fires, he completes, he's got the first down in Wickliffe territory, all the way down to the Wickliffe 37. And Mester brought him down, and in there to haul it in right over the middle was Zavell Thomas, the freshman wide receiver for the Vikings. And Akron North has something going here in the second quarter. They're down a point, 7-6, and on the move.
Looked like just a little pitch and catch that last play, Frank.
Yep. This time they come out in the same set where they've got 3 stacked to the left side. Garrett looking to throw again. He's under pressure, and it's in and out of the hands. A sure interception for Ralph Jackson, the freshman defensive back for the Blue Devils. It was right in his breadbasket at about the 25, and he couldn't haul it in. So it'll fall incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Wickliffe 38. 8:51 to go here in the first half. Once again, Mark mentioned if you're trying to connect in on Facebook, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll look into it at halftime. But the stream on YouTube as well as the audio on WINT is loud and proud. The snap again, Garrett looking to throw. He fires, he's got a man. He's got a completion down to the 30, down to about the 28-yard line, where Jenkins pulled it in on a little pass out on the in the flat, where Jake Beal for the Blue Devils was there to bring him down, but not after a gain of 9. So it's going to be 3rd and 1, ball at the Wickliffe 29-yard line. Looks like the Vikings, Mark, have seen some wrinkle that they're throwing at Wickliffe here in the passing game, and he's been able to have time to throw the ball.
Good game plan so far by Coach Miller and his staff, for sure, on both sides of the ball.
They've got a man in motion as a direct snap is going to get the first down there on a jet sweep as Thomas gets down to about the Wickliffe 26, where E.J. Mester was there to bring him down, but not before. He's going to dial up a fresh set of downs there for the Vikings as they are on the move and the clock is running here in the second quarter. 7:40 to go. 7-6 Blue Devils, but their lead is being challenged as we speak. This time the Vikings send 3 wide to the right side. Garrett looking to throw. He's rolling. He fires. He's got a man. He completes it down to about the 16 as Thomas again in the flat. Bobby Plum was there to bring him down. Garrett under a bit of pressure as the Vikings have gone to the air, and it's been paying off for their effort thus far here on this drive. A bit of a momentum shift to the side of the visitors. This time they break the huddle. Once again, they've got 3 swung to the wide side on the left. Garrett looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he's hit, and in and out of the hands in the end zone. I think he was looking for Jenkins. Garrett was under some pressure, as it was Barkley, the intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd and 1. Basically, for the Vikings, you're looking at 4-down territory. They just need to make the 16 to get a first down. Garrett's been able to stand in there and find open receivers. This time they send 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right, and on a delay, and it looks like he's going to get met in the backfield, back at about the 20-21 yard line. It was a delayed trap that kind of fell apart, and they tried to.
Hector Quinn looked like he was part of the group that strung that play out all the way onto the side of the line of scrimmage, Frank. Nice play by the defense.
So Jenkins basically was trying to make something happen. Now it's they've brought it all the way. Wow, that was a very favorable spot because they brought him down easily at the 23, but it's been marked at the 20. So it'll be 4th and 3. They actually need to get to just about the inside the 17 for the first. We'll see what they're capable of doing. Wickliffe showing blitz. Garrett looking to throw. He sets, he fires, in and out of the hands, incomplete. The ball will go over to Wickliffe. I don't see any flags on the field.
I'll tell you what, nice series by the defense there. A little bend, but no break.
Right. That pass was intended for number 4, Marvin Cowsey, another sophomore wide receiver for the Vikings. But, Mark, while it was, late they got some pressure on it, that was a nice drive there for the Vikings.
Oh, sure was. And if you're a Vikings fan, and they have a representation here this evening a little bit, but you got to be a little bit disappointed because they were moving the ball on the defense pretty well till they got down there till about the 15-yard line, and combined with some pressure and a couple of good plays where they strung out some sweeps, the defense did a good job there. So it's 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Timeout now. This will be their last timeout. for the Vikings.
So with 5:42 to go here in the first half, the Devils up 7-6. But as Mark mentioned, defense bent, but it didn't break, almost like that rubber band mentality.
I do believe that from how they practiced and what they were expecting this week, I honestly didn't think they thought they were going to have that big a tough of a time.
Well,
based on film they saw last week, and
you know, Mark, the psychological factor has a lot.
oh yeah,
You know, I mean, in any sport at any level, you can never take anyone lightly,
No.
ever. So,
unless you're the Cleveland Browns who went 1-32 or 1-31.
well, then you bring in the massage therapist, Mark, for a happy ending. So the Devils back out on the field, as are the Vikings. 5:42 to go here in the first half. 1st and 10. The ball is right at the Wickliffe 20-yard line. Devils in that wing tee. The snap back to Mester. You give it to Gargiulo. Looked like he got out to the 25, about the 26, as he went over. You know, Coach Frisello said they were going to work the inside of the line thus far, and they have tonight. That was a good gain of 6 on that play.
Nice play by Vince as he was able to kind of with his right arm shake off that back that came up to him, and they needed some linebacker help to bring him down. Nice run.
So it'll be 2nd and 4. Devils need to get to their own 30 for a first down. Mester on a delay, hands it to Plum. He's across the 30, 35, still on his feet. He's got the first down and more as he's going to make. Bobby Plum made it to the 39, but they're going to mark it at the 40. So we'll take it on that time. So Zavell Thomas was able to bring him down, but again, as we saw with Bobby last week, he's not an easy tackle. And if anyone read the article that was in the News Herald, he mentioned he's an overachiever, an underrated kid, and he plays hard, and we've seen it night in and night out. 1st and 10, Wickliffe at their own 40. They send Zivnoska wide to the left side. Mester hands it to Bobby Plum. We've got a flag.
That's a hell.
Plum's going to get met about the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, that's a hold.
And we'll wait to see what the call is here. And, you know, on that play there, just
well,
I think probably illegal motion. We've not really seen a signal.
They called it during the play on that left side right before he rounded the corner. Looked like a perfect spot for a hold.
But it was only a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 15. So ball back at the Wickliffe 35. They need to get to midfield for the first down. North bunching the center line as, again, Plum across, breaking a tackle in the backfield. He gets ahead for a gain of about 5. So he's made it back to the original line of scrimmage as Barkley once again was there to make the tackle, but shook a tackler who had good pursuit in the backfield.
And sorry, folks, about that. The numbers on the yellow numbers on the white jerseys for the Vikings.
It's hard to
tough.
pick up.
It
It's
is
hard, tough to pick out. Devils breaking the huddle. Ball right in the center of the field, like right at the mark where you normally set for kicking off. In a pistol formation, Mester drops the snap and falls on it back at the 35. So the 5 they gained, they just gave it back. And this is going to set up a 3rd and 15 for the Blue Devils. Mark, just like last week, Devils did some good things early, and then it's just, like not running on all cylinders.
Right.
A drop snap here, missed time penalty there.
I mean, it takes all guys here to
That's right.
make it go, and But as we said, only the second game, only
That's
towards
right.
the end of the first half. We'll see what happens. The Blue Devils, I believe, will come out and receive in the second half.
That's right. Wickliffe will get the ball first in the second half. The snap is back. A delay to Plum up the middle, 40, about the 47-yard line, where he's going to get met there. It looked like number 2, Barkley and Darren Jenkins. Jenkins there is a senior for the Vikings.
Ryan Quinn for the Blue Devils. Nice block on the outside for that nice gain, but it is going to be fourth down. They are going to send the punt team out.
So Gio Martinez is standing back at about the Wickliffe 26. Vikings have double safeties back at about, Jenkins and Thomas are back at about the 25. End over end kick is going to come down at about the Akron North 37, 38-yard line, where it's down there by Wickliffe. And I see that Gio takes a couple of steps before kicking. You know, that's where you're asking to get one blocked. But he was able to get it off, and
I wasn't sure if the ball was how he liked it when he caught the ball, Frank.
It could be.
And I think he took a little stutter step.
so 1:43 to go here in the first half. No timeouts for Akron, so my guess is we'll probably see them go to the air here. And now we've got what? We've got a timeout being taken by Wickliffe. So 1:43 to go. The Blue Devils up on this one by a score of 7-6. If you're just tuning in on WINT or clicking in on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, the Vikings took the opening kickoff 85 yards for the score, and then the Blue Devils in the ensuing possession went the length of the field to answer, and that's your score thus far. For the Blue Devils tonight, we saw the debut of new place kicker number 12, Eliza Wills. Mark, I'll get it. I'll get it.
You did. You're fine.
Always a pleasure for us to be the game of the week on WINT Radio, 101.5 FM and 1330 on the AM dial. Next week, we'll be back to action right here at Wickliffe Memorial Field as the Worldwide Blue Devil Network will bring you the Blue Devils hosting the Red Raiders of Painesville-Harvey. A long rivalry between those two schools.
Wait, Frank, you were just one thing short of a legal ID for the top of the hour there, buddy.
Willoughby, Ohio.
And Eastlake, Willoughby Eastlake.
All right, it's 1st and 10, Akron North. They've got two slotted on the left side, and Garrett's looking to throw. He fires, he completes. He's got a first down and more out to about midfield as they waited and got a little delayed pass in the flat to Darren Jenkins as he was run out of bounds at was run out of bounds at about the north 49-yard line.
Pickup of 11 on the play, first down, North.
So the quarterback Garrett for Akron has had a good time to throw the ball tonight, as you got to figure with no timeouts here and they need to get a score, we're probably going to see them go to the air quite a bit. They send two wide to the right side in the slot. Garrett looking to throw again. He's under pressure. He's running to his right. He's still on his feet. He's down to about the Wickliffe 45-yard line. I'm not sure if he got out of bounds or not. They're quickly running. Quinn brought him down. No, he did not, so the clock is running. 1:15. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 41, ball at the 45-yard line. Early motion not called. Garrett under pressure. He breaks a tackle. He's running to the left side. He's still on his feet, and he's going to get brought down basically about the line of scrimmage, and there to bring him down was number 57, Patrick Quinn.
Brought down by number 52, Ryan Quinn, and number 6, Vince Gargiulo.
And Gargiulo in on that tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and 4, no gain on the play. as Garrett had to scramble a little bit, and he was able to basically get back to the line of scrimmage. They've got 2 wide, and on a jet sweep to Jenkins, looks like he's gonna make no, maybe not. It looked like he had the first down, but he got pulled in shy of the 41 and brought down basically back at the 43-yard line by Bobby Plum. So we're down to about 5 seconds to go, and that's probably going to do it for the first half. So we've got one half of football in the books here in Wickliffe, Ohio. It's been a close one thus far, as at the end of one half of football here in Wickliffe, Ohio, the score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7 and the Akron North Vikings 6. So we're going to step aside here to allow you to enjoy the Wickliffe Blue Devil Swing Band, and we'll do our best to see what we can do to restore the feed for FaceTime Live, and we'll catch you guys back in the third quarter.
From the Parents Club, that is now available at the booth near the entrance to the stadium. now, your 2022 drum major, Jack Hannon and Claire Andrew-Kovic. Kiss that has been covered dozens of times by bands ranging from Poison and Tosa West Rocket to Green Day and Samantha Fox. From 1975, this is the iconic Rock and Roll All Night. By Panic at the Disco, the video for which features lead singer Brendan Urie walking up the side of a skyscraper. The swing band may not be able to do that, but can Brendan march like us? We think not. We hope you enjoy our rendition of High Hope. Wickliffe Swing Band, thank you for your very kind attention this evening. Good luck to the band and to both football teams this season. And as always, go
this isn't football related, but they created this technology where I can take stereo off and turn it into true surround sound. Right down on the spot. And we've been doing these fun things down at the music box. Next week I won't be here because we're doing what's called an immersive audio series. We're going to present Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here in true surround. And they've got the whole thing set up in the music box. It's in surround sound.
Fans, if you purchased a 50/50 raffle ticket, you'll want to start getting those tickets out now. We will announce the winning number.
Well, and
When the clock says 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, winning number announced at the 5:30 mark.
So you won't.
All right, fans, it's time to announce our 50-50 raffle winner. Tonight's 50-50 winner will receive $464. $464. Tonight's winning ticket is a blue ticket. And that winning ticket number is 468-939. Again, 468-939. If you have that winning blue ticket, please come to the press box and claim your $464.
And we're back here as halftime winding itself down. Tonight we basically had one performance, the Blue Devil swing band performing for you. Also, if you've been trying to connect by way of Facebook, I guess we can pick on Mr. Zuckerberg in the metaverse, as Mark was able to figure out some issues with regard to the server there in the metaverse, and the feed is now back up Facebook Live, as well as, well, we've been on YouTube, and as well as the feed for WINT Radio, 101.5 FM and 1330 AM. If you're just tuning in or clicking in, we're at halftime. The Blue Devils are up by a single point, 7-6 over their guests from Akron North. The Vikings have stayed on the field quite well with them. They've been able to throw the ball with success against Wickliffe. Their lone score coming on an 85-yard kickoff return of the opening kickoff. And then the Blue Devils, on their ensuing possession, basically were able to sustain about a 70-some yard drive with Bobby Plum taking it in from about 6 yards out. And the point after by Eliza Wills was good, and that's your difference here tonight thus far. The Devils are making their way back out onto the field. They will have they'll have the ball first here in the second half. And actually, they made their way back out on the field rather late, so I have a feeling that there was probably some in-depth discussion going on in the locker room from Coach Purcello and his staff, possibly considering dialogue along the lines of making sure that you don't take your opponent too lightly. Devils came out that first possession. They basically had their way down the field, and then subsequent possessions, they've not turned the ball over, but they've kind of stubbed their own toe, if you will, from time to time with penalties and
yeah, and maybe just some missed blocks and just maybe some missed assignments, Frank, was kind of, what we saw. But, hey, we've got a whole new quarter, and the coach is pretty demonstrative there towards the end of the second quarter, the end of the first half. I'm not sure what went wrong down there, but he wasn't happy about it.
No, he wasn't.
And I think you're right that we probably have some, they probably got a talking to, and probably are, we're put on notice here.
Well, and Mark, the thing we have to remember is that, and we talked about it last week, this is still a very young team. And you look at this roster, it's predominant sophomores, some juniors, a couple seniors, and there's some freshmen that are, out there on the field playing with the first team. So, maturity takes time, and experience is all part of that, and we'll see what happens here as the Devils will have, should have the ball first the second half, as they'll receive the second half kickoff. Both teams are making their way to their respective sidelines, and we're about a minute or so before we get back under action.
Well, at least we're getting the ball here in the second half. We'll see what Coach dials up here, because he did say they had a couple of off-tackle things they were looking at, and depending upon when he thinks the right time is, maybe probably not a better time than now to start here the second half. So we'll see what happens with that. Vince Gargiulo out on the field, captains at midfield. And I think maybe they have to decide on which way they want to go. There we go. And your Blue Devils will be moving the ball from right to left across your device as we get ready for this second half of football right here at Wickliffe Memorial Field. Once again, the Worldwide Blue Devil, take two, Mark. The Worldwide Blue Devil Network is made possible through the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. And this is our 19th year. We love doing it, and we thank you so much for being along for the ride this year. Getting ready to start the second half here between the Vikings of Akron North High School against your Blue Devils. And I will say this, that was a pretty stout defense that the Vikings brought in the first quarter. Barkley, Connor, among the other ones, and just about the same on offensive, too. The same guys are still the stars as well. It looks like they're having a nice chat with the other players. Actually, a very, very great, good game as far as that goes. A lot of both teams helping the other teammates from the other sides up.
So looks like Jackson is teeing it up, or soon to tee it up here for the Vikings. Back deep for Wickliffe. It looks sitting back at about his 15-yard line. Looks like it looks like Gargiulo. Plum and Mester are also back, sitting around the Wickliffe 25-yard line. So they're getting it teed up, the officiating crew getting into place.
Direction lining up to kick off for North. Number 7, Kate Bradley.
And we're about ready to get underway. We got a little pooch kick here as ball is loose, and the Vikings indicating that they've got it.
But the referees say the Blue Devils.
And it was recovered by Wickliffe. And I was just thinking to myself, be careful of the onside or the pooch kick. And it was executed quite well by the Vikings. But Wickliffe is able to retain possession, and they'll have it in good field possession, 1st and 10 at their own 42. So just underway here in the third quarter, 7-6 your score. Now turning into a pleasant Friday evening after we had a pretty severe rain shower just shy of the kickoff. Devils break the huddle. They've got a pistol formation. Mester, the quarterback, in shotgun. He gives a hand right up the middle to Gargiulo. He's across the 50, moving the pile, and it looks like he's going to have the first down as he gets down to about the Akron North 47. As Jackson once again was in there on the tackle. He's been a workhorse for the Vikings. They've got some big guys and some good athletes over there on that Akron North team. Quick snap. Again, it's Gargiulo. He's going to get met as he tries to get over left guard. He gets ahead for about 3-4 yards. Kept those feet moving.
He sure did, and his body falling forward. Always a good thing.
That's right. Looks like the Devils trying to play a little faster. First couple plays. They're quickly into the huddle, quickly out of the huddle. This time they've got Zivnoska going extremely wide right. Gargiulo to the right side of Mester in the shotgun. And a handoff to a quick snap to Bobby Plum. He cuts it up. Good gain down to about the 40-yard line as he gets over right tackle. He'll be shy of the first down by about 3. So a gain of about 4 on that one. The Devils now operating out of a no huddle.
4-yard pickup on the play, 3rd down and 3.
As the ball's at the 40, they got to get to the 37. Akron showing they're trying to bunch the line here. Got the outside linebackers right up on the line of scrimmage. Mester taking his time with the play call. A delay to Bobby Plum. The ball's on the ground.
He fumbled it.
The ball's on the ground. And it looks like it was recovered by Akron.
Recovered by North.
It was just Bobby Plum. Somehow the ball came out, and there was number 6, Marshawn Barkley, was there to get it. I know there was another Viking there, and I didn't see any other blue shirts, so that didn't look good for us.
So the Vikings on the first turnover of the game tonight, they come up big with this one, and they've got it 1st and 10 in decent field possession. The ball is sitting at their own just about the 38-yard line. As they split one wide left, one wide right. They're in a bit of a T backfield with the quarterback Garrett in a shotgun. Now they're bringing in another back who's going to be in a slot on the left side. They put him in motion. The snap, a delay. As looks like, I think that was Jenkins on the delay over left tackle. Gets just over the 40, just shy of the 41.
Number 58 it looked like. That might even be Caden Urban, number 59 that made it. Yeah.
So a gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Short 8, long 7. They've got to get to the 49, the Akron North 49 for the first down. Devils had a couple of nice plays there on offense, and the miscue turned the ball over, and it set up the Vikings where they've got one wide on the right side with a guy they've got somebody in the slot who's now in motion, and a delay. Looks like Jenkins trying to get wide to the right side. He gets across the 50. He's got the first down. He's in Wickliffe territory. Down to about the Wickliffe 48-yard line. So Mark, also looks like the Vikings have come out the second half with some added enthusiasm as well.
And that play I think we just saw, Frank, I don't think we've seen that play all night because they had that slot guy go in motion to the left and then come back all the way around on the near side. And the Vikings were able to come up. Nice gain by them and getting into Wickliffe territory at the 48. We'll see what Coach Miller dials up here now for his Vikings.
9 minutes to go here in the third, 7-6 Wickliffe. And the Vikings a bit on the move after the Blue Devil turnover here in the early part of the third quarter. Vikings break the huddle. Garrett's operated out of a shotgun the entire game. He's got a T backfield, again, back in motion to the right side. Garrett looking to throw. He's got time. He fires, and it's in and out of the hands of two Blue Devils. Falls incomplete. He was trying to thread the needle down there about the 35-yard line. Gargiulo is back there along with Ralph Jackson for Wickliffe, and neither one of them could pull it in. That's twice now the Devils could have come up with a interception, and they were not able to pull it off. So with the incomplete pass, it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Akron North. Ball sitting on the Wickliffe 48-yard line. They've got two wide left, man in the slot, one wide right. T backfield. As the quarterback, Garrett, is going to try to go wide left and in there to shoot the gap and slam him down back, all the way back at the Akron North 44-yard line, where Noah Dome was in there, and somebody missed a block and Dome just shot through there. Huge loss on the play. Loss of about 8, looks like.
Yep.
So the ball's back at the 44. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 38 for a first down. So it's going to be 3rd and long. You got to figure they're going to dial up something in the air here, where Garrett has been successful throwing the ball tonight. They've got 3 wide to the right side, two in the slot. Garrett rolling to his right. He's looking to throw. He fires. Incomplete. Incomplete as he was looking there in the flat at about the 47-yard line was number 4, Marvin Cowsey. So this will bring up a punting situation for the Vikings. And going back, single safety for Wickliffe is Bobby Plum back at about the Wickliffe 30. And Jackson is in his punt formation. Also, Mester is now going back with Bobby Plum back at about the 50. 7.5 to go here in the third. 7-6 your score. The snap is back. It rolls. Got a high end over end kick, going to land at about the 37 and roll out of bounds at about the Wickliffe. I'm going to call it the Wickliffe 29, 28-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils, 7:25 to go in the third quarter. We'll see what the Devils are capable of doing as they go back on offense. And they are marking it right at the 29-yard line. Devils will be back to action next Friday right here at Wickliffe Memorial Stadium, opening the first 3 games of the season at home, and their opponent will be the Red Raiders of Painesville-Harvey High. Last possession, the Devils turn it over on a fumble, and we'll see what they're capable of protecting the ball on this possession. As Mester's going to keep it up the middle. He's got a nice gain across the 35 out to about the 38-yard line. I'm sorry. Yeah, about the 38-yard line. So it'll be, they're going to mark it a gain of about 7. So they got to get to the, no, it was a gain of 8. They got to get to the 39 to get the first. Devils quickly break the huddle. The wing T set up in a pistol formation. Snap back as the Vikings were not fooled on that one on the handoff to Gargiulo, who was met in the backfield. Be a loss on the play of about 3. It'll bring up a loss of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 4 as Gargiulo was looking to go on the left side, but the interior defensive line, led by Jackson of the Vikings, was able to bring him down for the loss. Mester right up the middle as we got is that a flag? Mester's.
Not sure it's a flag or.
No, we do have a flag down, and we've got a signal against Wickliffe.
Probably a hold.
Yep, holding Blue Devils. And once again, Mark, the penalties at the wrong time.
Well, if they're holding and, imagine they're holding like that, the Vikings are probably be getting a little penetration, and they're just hanging on. And they are some big kids, and, we have to remember once we're deep into the fourth quarter, we'll see where we're at, but a lot of big kids, a lot of athletic kids on the Vikings.
So instead of 3rd and 3, it'll be 3rd and 13. Ball back to the Wickliffe 26. They've got to get to the 39 for a first down. See if the Devils go to the air here. Vikings the bunch in the line as Mester looking to throw. He sets, he fires. In and out of the hands of Zivnoska and the cornerback of Akron. So it'll go incomplete, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Blue Devils. As coming onto the field is the freshman number 50, Gio Martinez. And Martinez going to be he's going to be back at about his 11-yard line, so this should set up the Vikings in decent field position as the Vikings have a single safety back at midfield. The snap is back. Nice end-over-end kick is going to come down, get fielded at about the 42-yard line, and Bobby Plum came in and made a good tackle at about the 41. And it looked to me like Zavell Thomas was the return man, and they're going to spot that back at the 40. I mean,
he flew into frame as far as I'm looking at this game. All of a sudden, I see this blue shirt fly in from the right side. Nice play by Bobby Plum.
So with 5.5 to go here in the third, 7-6 your score. The Vikings will take over. Ball at their 40-yard line, decent field position. As they now break the huddle, they've got a receiver extremely wide left, 2 on the near field. As Garrett's going to try to keep it himself. He's met in the backfield. He's got a tackle broken, and he's out over the 50. It's going to be good enough for a first down. Wickliffe had good pursuit in the backfield, but Garrett was able to get wide on the left side and get ahead for a good gain on that play into Wickliffe territory. And gain of 12, and it's going to set up the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 48-yard line. And Mark, with the score 7-6 and the way it's going, this is one of those where, you don't want to become a statistic.
Right.
5 minutes to go. This time they send 2 wide to the right side, 1 in a slot. They've got a full house backfield, a delay handoff. They met him in the backfield, and he's still on his feet. He's got good gain yardage, and Moore has finally brought down. That was the sophomore, Thomas, where they had him in the backfield, but not before he was able to get down to the Wickliffe 35-yard line.
I'll tell you, Frank, that's 2 plays in a row. It looks like they're getting a little tired.
But it looks like Wickliffe's getting a little tired.
Yes, I meant.
You'd expect Akron to be getting a little tired, with such a small roster, but we'll see what happens here as the momentum is definitely swung in the favor of the Vikings. And now making his way out on the field with the play. It looks like they call the plays by way of the wide receiver. Zavell Thomas makes his way in. And we've got
delay.
Do we have we got a timeout taken by the Vikings. And, it looked odd because, Mark, they probably were going to get hit with illegal motion because no one was set, and they snapped the ball. And so that's the first timeout taken here in the second half by Akron. 4:03 to go here in the third quarter. 7-6 Blue Devils thus far, but the Vikings of Akron North are on the move.
Well, I'll tell you what, Frank, if the Blue Devils can hold them on this drive and kind of, again, the bend not break defense that we saw in the first half, and Akron has already burned 2 timeouts, and we still have, 4:03 left in the third and all of the fourth quarter. As they used to say, it could loom large.
You never know.
As we get later in the game. We'll see what happens. Because at the end of the first half, Akron needed that time to be able to score, at least hopefully go up on us, and they had no timeouts, and they weren't able to do it. So they couldn't make it happen there towards the end of the first half, so they might be in the same spot right here in the second half.
So the Devil defense, after huddling up with Coach Sharp, they're back out on the field, as are the Vikings. It'll be 1st and 10 for Akron North. Ball sitting at the Wickliffe 35-yard line.
1st and 10 Akron North. Ball at the Wickliffe 35.
Quarterback Garrett, also a sophomore for the Vikings. They've got a man in motion as a delay back to Jenkins, who breaks a tackle once again. 35. He's down to the 20. Mark, they could have had him in the backfield.
And that was almost, that's as close to a broken play as you could possibly have got.
Right.
But the quarterback was able to adjust his footwork to the running back, who ended up just cutting back here towards the near side anyway when the Blue Devils, he broke Blue Devil tacklers in the backfield. So that's the third play on this drive, Frank. They had him in the backfield.
Right.
The Blue Devils weren't able to bring the runner down.
1st and 10 Akron. They're at the Wickliffe 19-yard line. An impressive drive and a jet sweep. And again, a tackle missed in the backfield. They're going to bring him down at about the 18-yard line, and I believe that was Marvin Cowsey. And Mark, 4 plays in a row. Wickliffe could have easily had him for a sizable loss. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Akron. Ball now marked at the Wickliffe 17. 3 minutes to go in the third. Blue Devils up on this 7-6 for now.
Coach Sharp kind of barking in some instruction to his defense.
It comes down to containment and tackling. And right now it's something the Devils need to do better, as Akron sends 3 wide to the right side. Garrett looking to throw. He fires. He complete. And again, missed tackle, but they're going to... It was completed to Jenkins, but they were able to bring him down back at the 20 as Gargiulo was able to wrap him up. And now we've got...
He's got it for injury timeout, but he got up.
So Jenkins is heading over to the sideline. We have a official timeout on the field.
So he can't come back into the game
for at least one play.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. On this next play, right?
So that'll set up Akron with a 3rd and 10. The ball, favorable spot. The Devils brought him down at the 20, but the ball's been spotted at the 19. So 3rd and 10 it'll be, with 2:22 to go here in quarter number 3.
I actually was talking to high school ref yesterday, Frank, and that almost looked like the play that he described. So there's teams in high school, there's no rule if you call a timeout, quote unquote, and when you don't have any. They only have one left. And there's a code word for a injury. And I'll bet somebody said it to him because he was down, didn't get up. The ref blew the whistle, and he got right back up and went to the sidelines.
The scoreboard is showing 2 timeouts for Akron here.
They've got one only left.
Okay. So 3rd and 10, we'll see what happens here as Garrett will probably go to the air. He's been quite successful. The ball is snapped. It's on the ground. Somebody for Akron fell on top of it. I think the quarterback, Garrett.
Yep.
It looks like the ball was snapped when he wasn't ready. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play. So this will bring up a 4th and 13. Vikings need to get to the Wickliffe 9 for a first down. Clock running just under a minute and a half here in quarter number 3. This time they send the Vikings 3 to the left side, 2 slots, 2 in the slot. Man moving a little early. The quarterback, Garrett, he throws it. I don't know if he threw it or that's a fumble. We'll see what the ball's going to go over to Wickliffe either way. So the Blue Devils, I think they're going to call him down back at about the 25. So the ball will go over back to the Blue Devils on downs. The officials are conferring.
But he definitely threw it forward, not out of bounds, to get an incomplete pass. I don't think his leg hit the ground.
No, mark, but they're marking it at the 24. The original, well, now they're moving it back. You're right. Looks like it's probably going to be incomplete. And it'll be 1st and 10, Wickliffe at their own 22-yard line. So we'll see if the Blue Devil offense can come out of their slumber that is they've kind of fallen into since the first drive of the first quarter. Now the Blue Devils have a more spread offensive set. Bobby Plum takes he's wide to the 25, and we've got a late flag come in here. Plum was across the 30, then they throw the flag. And it looks like it's going to be a personal foul on Wickliffe.
What can an offensive player do
Mark,
for a personal foul?
But he threw the flag long after Bobby was across the 30-yard line. I mean, well, we'll wait and see where they're going to mark it off from. And once again, you take 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. We're marking it off from about the 26. Wait a minute. I mean, that should only be half the distance to the goal. Well, they've taken the ball all the way back to the Wickliffe 13-yard line. Blue Devils will have to get out to the 32. So it's going to be a 1st and 19. Once again, the Devils send 2 wide to the left side. Gargiulo's in the slot. A delayed handoff, it looks like, to Bobby Plum coming along the left side. He gets out to about the 19. He's brought down, and there's nothing yellow on the field for once.
Boy, Bernard Jackson, I'm telling you, with one arm, pulled all 150 pounds of Bobby back. I mean, he was passing him. He just put that big old paw out there and just corralled him. It was something to see. Wow.
There was a gain of 6 on that play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 13. Ball at the 19. Need to get to the 32. And now we've got a whistle, and now what? Oh, that's the end of the third quarter. And with your score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7, Akron North 6. So for those of you on the radio part of the network, we'll take a timeout here in WINT 101.5, 1330 AM. So you can conduct some business. We'll catch up with you guys here in the fourth quarter. When we get back to action here to start the fourth quarter, it'll be 2nd and 13, as here in the second half, the couple of possessions Wickliffe has had, it's either been moving the wrong direction or a miscue. So it'll start 2nd and 13 from their 19. Mark, I will say this. If the Blue Devils bring a performance like this next week, they'll have trouble.
Well, we got to get through this one first.
That's right.
But I mean, I know what you're saying. It's, you know, and again, mark of a young team, a little bit inconsistent here to start the season, but get things turned around. Biggest thing of all, really need to win this game. It'd be great to be able to put another score up here. Nice long drive. But I'll tell you what, the Viking defense has been awfully stingy tonight. Some really,
yes, they have.
Some good physical play, but like I say, some really, really good, clean sportsmanship, good football played this evening.
About to get underway as it's 2nd and 13. Bobby Plum wide, across the 20, 25. He's going to make it out to about the 28-yard line. That'll make a much more manageable third down, as Barkley once again was there to pursue him and bring him down.
Gain of 9 on the play.
So after that gain of 9, it'll set the Devils up with a 3rd and 4. Ball at the 28. Mester was just over at the sideline getting the play selection in from Coach Purcello. Devils breaking the huddle. They send one wide left, one wide right. Gargiulo in the pistol behind Mester. The high snap, and thank God Bobby Plum fell on it back at the 24-yard line. And once again, Mark, you know, one step forward and a couple steps back.
That's just a matter of handing off the ball.
Well, no, I think that was a high snap, and Mester wasn't able to pull it in. So this is going to now bring up a 4th and 8. Gio's in for the punt. High snap.
Oh boy.
The snap is.
That's 2 points, better than
as,
7.
The snap went over Gio's head into the end zone where he's tackled, and he will be tackled for a safety, which will now put the Vikings up by a score of 8-7. And the Devils will now have to
punt from the 20.
Punt from the 20.
If that's still the rule.
Well, you can punt or placement.
I would maybe place it.
Something of a challenge that the Devils had last year, which was snapping on the shotgun punt placement, and unfortunately that has come to rear its ugly head here tonight. So with 10:35 to go, and when you think about it, Mark, Akron's points have all come on special teams.
Right, yes. Last week we kind of had the upper hand on special teams, and you know, it's just that phase, especially at this level, that folks really don't concentrate that much on. But you know, when you have the opportunity to be able to get something like that, you take it. And like I say, they're fast. This team, this group from Akron North is a fast group, very athletic, as Coach said in the beginning, and they were able to make that happen. I'll tell you what, they're lucky it wasn't a touchdown.
Right. Well, teeing the ball up at the 20 is the Devils' new place kicker, Eliza Wills, as the Vikings have
Number 12, Eliza Wills, kickoff for Wickliffe.
a couple return men back at their own 45-yard line.
He needs to do a Cade York here.
As we get a high end over end that's going to come down and get picked up by Jenkins at about the 45. He's still on his feet. He's in Wickliffe territory, and he gets all the way down to about the Wickliffe 35-yard line.
Brought down by number 3, Jake Beal.
As Beal was there to bring him down for Wickliffe, but the Vikings are going to be set up with excellent field position at the Wickliffe 36-yard line. So, Mark, the Devils are going to have to dig in. And one would think that if somebody was going to wear down, it would be Akron, based on the small-sized roster. But you can definitely see that the momentum has shifted over to the side of the Vikings as they break the huddle.
They're athletic, though, buddy.
And they've got, they're setting up 2 in the slot on the left side, 1 in motion now. The snap, a delay up the middle, and that should have been illegal motion as Jenkins took off towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, and the call was not made. But only a gain of about 1. Ball just inside the 35-yard line. So we'll see if the Devils defense is able to stiffen up here. Clock running just inside 10 minutes to go. Devils are now down a point, 8-7, on account of the safety that came out of punt formation last Wickliffe possession. They set up in a full house backfield. Garrett's still in the shotgun. A delay as Bobble in the backfield and going to get stood up basically for no gain.
I tell you what, he was lucky he held on to that too. That
Right.
was just really some good hands there. Good handwork.
As a host of Blue Devils, as Promozic was able to bring down Jenkins for no gain as he tried to get wide on the right side. It'll be 3rd and 8.
I'll tell you what, they're missing a golden opportunity here talking about the Vikings. Just like the Blue Devils are. They've got these miscues and just the things just aren't clicking like they should.
Well, we'll see if they go to the air here because Garrett has been successful through the air as they've got 2 wide left, 1 in the slot, 1 wide right. The crowd getting into it here. Long count. A direct snap, missed in the backfield as trying to get wide and is going to get brought down for a loss back at about the 32-yard line. As Thomas, again, the Devils missed a tackle deep in the backfield. Thomas was able to get wide to the left side, but still came shy of the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th and we'll call it 4th and a short 11, long 10. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 26 to get a first down. Clock running, 8 minutes to go. The Blue Devil crowd cranking up the chant for the defense.
The theme tonight is lime green.
Garrett rolling to his right, looking to throw, he fires, and incomplete. Oh, it was complete.
It was complete, but it's short of the first
but
down.
I think it is short of the first down.
But it'll be 4th and 1 now.
No, it'll be Wickliffe ball.
Oh.
It was
my
4th
bad.
down.
Are they giving it to him? Nope. I'll tell you what, that's a good play by the defense of the Blue Devils,
Mark,
being able to.
Okay, they finally signaled Wickliffe ball. So the Blue Devils will now have it. They've got the ball back. They're down a point. It'll be 1st and 10. Wickliffe, ball just shy of their own 27-yard line. So now, Mark, what Wickliffe's got to do is they've got to cut out the mistakes and move the ball. No penalties, no bad snaps, no bad exchanges. We'll see what happens here with 7:43 to go. as the Devils have one in a slot here on the right side. Man in motion. Bobby Plum puts the ball on the ground. There's a scrum for it at the 20-yard line.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Wickliffe.
The Blue Devils recovered it, and, on that one, Mark, Bobby had it. I don't, it might be wise to just take a timeout. Plum is down. On that play, it's going to be a loss of about 6. So the Devils just need to take some time and regroup. 7:23 to go. The good guys are down a point as a safety occurred about 3 minutes ago on a bad snap in punt formation. As the training staff is out tending to Bobby Plum. He's up on his feet.
Yeah.
And making his way over to the Wickliffe sideline under his own power. Devils are lucky to have recovered that because the ball went down and there was a host of Vikings there, and I think Plum was able to come up with it.
It's his left hand.
Loss of 6 on that play brings up second down and 16 for Wickliffe from the 21-yard line.
So Devils need to get out to their own 37 for a first down. The snap, it's going to be Mester up the middle. He's across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Good game as he just took the snap. Actually, nice spot out to about the 33-yard line. That makes a rather manageable 3rd and 4 as the clock just under 7 minutes to go here. And the Devils needing to make it the length of the field to get in the end zone to retake the lead. Snap, it's going to be Mester who's going to get met at the line of scrimmage. He's fighting, he's got his feet moving as he's going to make it just outside the 35. And we'll see what the Devils decide to do here with 6:15 to go here. Mester staying on the field. It'll be 4th and 1. So their top running back, Bobby Plum, on the sideline. The Vikings bunching the middle of the field, looking like they're expecting something up the middle from Wickliffe. The snap on the... Mester picks the ball up. He may have made the first down. He did make the first down, but again, the snap came back, bounced off the quarterback. Mester picked it up and was able to get fell forward for the first down. Not the way you design it, folks. I will tell you that. Wow. Now, no, the one official signaled first down.
They haven't moved the sticks yet.
Wow.
Oh, they're going to take a measure of it.
Well, the balance of your game might be right here in this measurement. They needed to make the 37, and I think he got it. By the nose of the ball.
Yep.
First down, Wickliffe.
Wow. Well, got what he had to get.
But not the way you want to do
Right.
it. So they've got to compose themselves here as they have it 1st and 10. The ball is at the 37-yard line of Wickliffe. Gargiulo up the middle, met at the line. There'll be no gain on the play as the Blue Devils are trying to work the middle of that line mark, and it looks like Akron's,
No gain on the play.
they're waiting for it. Now the Blue Devils quickly, no huddle. Bobby Plum still on the sideline, being tended to by the trainer. It's going to be Mester going to get brought down in the backfield there by Marshawn Barkley. Once again, it'll be a loss of 3 on the play, and that's going to set them up 3rd and long.
That might have been a half-broken play there.
It could have
Frank.
been.
With Beal in there, I'm not sure he knew he's in for Bobby Plum. I'm not sure if he thought he was supposed to get the ball, take the ball, or leave it to Mester. I think he was supposed to take it.
So the Blue Devils taking a timeout here, and they'll have to think hard on it, as with 4:55 to go in this one, they find themselves shy by a point, 8-7, and in a bit of a hole, 3rd and 13 with the ball at the Wickliffe 34-yard line. The enthusiasm and the momentum has definitely shifted toward the Vikings of Akron North, and actually almost from the beginning of the second half, on the 2nd or 3rd play, the Devils were on the move. They fumbled the ball. North Akron recovered. The Devils were able to stop them, but on offense, the Blue Devil offense has been hamstrung for one reason or another. So we'll see what happens here with 3rd and long, as Akron has been able to bunch the middle of the line. Mester looking to throw. He sets. He fires. He's looking long. We've got a flag come in, and we're going to have pass interference. It looks like we'll have pass interference on Akron, but let's just make sure that's the call. Yep, it's going to be pass interference on Akron, as Mester was looking long. And there was a host of Vikings back there, and one of them decided, I think, to push off on the Blue Devil receiver, who happened to be Jake Beal. Just waiting for them to mark the yardage off. Now the Akron coach is out on the field asking for an explanation from the officiating crew. That will give Wickliffe a first down, as it moves the ball out to the Wickliffe 49-yard line. Devils break the huddle. The snap is back. Mester trying to, no, Mester on a keeper. No gain as he tried to get wide to the right side, and there was number 6, once again, Marshawn Barkley, to bring him down.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, Blue Devils. Clock running just under 4.5.
Boy, Barkley's got to be up in double digits in tackles.
I think you're right, Mark. I think you're right. Snap on a handoff. Out wide to the left is Nunzio Zivnaska, as he gets inside the 40 down to about the 35. Good for a first down.
Pick up a 15 yards on that.
That was a gain of 15.
First down, Blue Devils.
So the Devils are now in much more manageable spot on the field. 4 minutes to go. They're in Akron territory at the 36. And it's going to be Mester on a keeper trying to go up the middle. He's going to get a gain of maybe 2, down to about the 34-yard line. Mark, they keep trying to work the middle of the field. or the middle of the line, and Akron they've been there. They've been waiting for him.
They're just maybe coach is hoping to pop one of those this evening, but I'll tell you what, they've really stopped up that middle very, very well.
So 2nd and 8 from the 34. And Nunzio on the getting wide to the left side. They met him in the backfield, but he was able to get ahead down to about the 33-yard line. Cowsey there on the stop. A gain of 1. It's going to make third a short 8, long 7. Clock now inside 3 minutes. So the Devils, they need to either get in range for a field goal or a touchdown. They're down a point, 8-7.
Wow, would you imagine that?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
On a delay, up the middle, and Gargiulo, he gets ahead for maybe 1. Mark, they keep trying to work the middle of the line, and Akron is there every time. So this could be your ball game, folks. With 2 minutes to go, it's going to be fourth and 6.
Well,
and I think we've got a timeout being taken by Wickliffe.
Frank, I think they keep going up the middle because it seems like every play there's a problem with the ball handling. And if they can just, put it in one spot and the runner goes to it and grabs it, they can. But it seems like they can't move anything outside because of the ball handling, and either the snaps are too low, they're too high. The handoff to the running back isn't as crisp as it should be. It's all kind of fundamental.
It could be. It could very well be. What's hurt the Devils, you're right, fundamentals, penalties at the wrong time that have hurt them. Put the ball on the ground a few times where they were lucky. They've been lucky that it's only been 1 turnover. So with 2:14 to go, this pretty much is your ball game. Devils have 2 timeouts. By Mark's stats, Akron has 1 timeout, although the scoreboard is showing 2.
They must have got an injury timeout for one of the ones
Maybe.
they got.
So the Devils are back out on the field. Gargiulo is in the pistol right behind Mester. They've got to get to the 26 for a first down. Taking their time. Better be careful or get a delay a game. Snap. He's looking to throw. He sets. He fires. And it's incomplete. Down at about the 12-yard line. And with 2:08 to go, Akron North will take over at their own 32-yard line.
Well, I'm thinking Coach Miller all along was just thinking if they could just bottle up that middle that they have all night. Wickliffe just is not known to throw the ball, and even when they go back to throw, the throws aren't very strong at all.
Right. I was surprised they threw the ball there. So we'll see. The Devils are in need of a bit of a miracle here. As 2:08 to go, 1st and 10, Akron at their own 32. As handoff that basically goes nowhere. Timeout being taken by Wickliffe, 2:04. And it looks like it'll be a loss of 2 on the play. All the way back to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Vikings.
Well, that was 2 timeouts already called out now by the Blue Devils, right? And they have them listed at 2 timeouts left,
Mark,
too.
Who knows?
I think I'm down to 1 now.
Once again, the Devils will be back to action next Friday right here at Wickliffe Memorial Field as they'll be hosting the Red Raiders of Harvey High. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Vikings, and I doubt we'll see them put the ball up. The snap is back. The delayed handoff met in the backfield. It'll be a loss of it. It looks like a loss of 1.
Once again, number 1, Javel Thomas, ball
As
carrier.
Thomas met in the backfield. Clock still running.
I think the Blue Devils have a chance to get this one back.
It'll bring up a 3rd and long. It'll be third and 13.
Huge 3rd down here, partner.
And here's where the Vikings will see to it that they use every second of that huddle clock before getting the snap off, because at the rate we're going, the Devils will be lucky if they're able to get the ball back with probably less than a minute to play. And you can see Garrett waiting, and the snap, the handoff, and running wide. It looks like Thomas, I think he got him out of bounds, which would stop the clock. It'll be a gain of maybe 1 or 2. This will bring up a 4th down. The clock, no, they did not stop the clock.
Pick up a 2 on the play. 4th down and 11.
So it'll be 4th and 11. We're under 40 seconds to play. I'm surprised the Devils aren't. No, they've got no timeouts for Wickliffe up there.
We just said, yeah.
No.
Back to the punt formation for Akron North.
Yeah, Coach, I thought they only called. I thought they called 2. I didn't think you had 3 timeouts. I think Coach Purcello was right.
So now I think we're going to have a timeout taken. Coach Purcello's
Timeout, Akron North. Vikings, timeout.
rather animated towards the officiating crew. And Mark, I think you're right. I think Coach Purcello is letting it be known that I think the Devils were penalized a timeout improperly by the officiating crew. So there's 13 seconds to go here in this ball game.
What would happen where they would lose a timeout?
Mark, I do not know. So setting up back at the Wickliffe 45-yard line.
And here we go.
Is Gargiulo. The Akron punter is back at about his 17. So just wouldn't it be funny if they snap it in the end zone and we get a safety?
That would be great.
That should be motion on North because they were moving before Wickliffe came across the line. So let's see what the call is. We've had some strange ones here tonight, folks, I have to say. Now they're conferring. And it looks like it will be on
Akron.
Yep, illegal procedure, false start on the Vikings. So that'll back them up 5 more yards, which will set it back to about just outside the 15-yard line, moving their punter back to about he's standing at about the 11. Gargiulo standing at about the midfield stripe. Snap is back. Kick is fielded by Gargiulo. He picks it up. He's on his feet. He's down to about the Akron North 45. We're down to, it was Mester on the return. Down to about, we got 4 seconds to go, so the Devils have the opportunity for one play, and the Vikings are feeling the They are feeling the opportunity of victory. So the Devils are on the sideline in a huddle with Coach Purcell. We'll see what they dial up. I'm figuring that, maybe a hook and the ladder, something a little different. The Vikings have 2 safeties back inside the 20. Wickliffe's going to set up 2 wide receivers wide on the right side, 1 wide on the left. This will be the last play of tonight's ball game. They fire it. It's the hook and ladder. It's Gargiulo inside the 30. He's going to get run out of bounds. That's going to be your ball game. And there's a lot of jubilation over on the side of the visitors as they pull off the upset of the Wickliffe Blue Devils tonight by a score of Akron North 8 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wickliffe High School, thank you for your attendance.
So before we wrap things up tonight, we want to make mention that this week's game is brought to you on WINT by the Cleveland Clinic. For every care in the world, from Willoughby Hills to Wickliffe to Menor to Madison, we're always nearby. Mark?
Well, Frank, I'll tell you what, it was nothing, not that I expected. Danny Rowan's up here with us this evening. He mentioned a few minutes ago, if you'd have told me this score was going to be 8-7, I'd have told you you're crazy, and I would have agreed with that. But boy, just the way the team just came out great, and then all of a sudden Akron, Coach Miller was able to adjust, and they adjusted the whole game. I know he'd like to see them had another touchdown, a few more points, but they'll take it the way they got it. And, when it's been so long and it's not a program where they've been known for winning over the last few years, it's got to just feel great. And it'll be a really, really nice bus trip back to the Akron area this evening for these guys.
Well, Mark, you're right. And congratulations to the Vikings for their victory tonight. For the Blue Devils, they've got to look in the mirror because it was, miscues, putting the ball on the ground, penalties, things of that nature that stopped them. And when you think about it, the defense held their offense out of the end zone the whole game. I mean, all 8 points came by way of a kickoff return for a touchdown and a safety, and that's what did in the Blue Devils. So there'll be a lot of film to be watched starting tomorrow, and it's just one of those situations where you do your best to learn from your mistakes, and you build on that.
Right. There we go. All right.
So thank you all for joining us tonight, either on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network by way of YouTube or Facebook Live, as well as the listening audience of WINT 101.5 FM, 1330 AM. Down in the one end zone, you can see a rather jubilant Akron North team as they defeat the Wickliffe Blue Devils tonight by a score of 8-7. Next week, Worldwide Blue Devil Network will be back as the Red Raiders of Painesville Harvey will be here. And
I guess we'll see you then.
I guess we'll see you then. So as we wrap things up from Wickliffe Memorial Field, it's not a happy ending here tonight. It is the final from Wickliffe Memorial Field. The Akron North Vikings 8 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7. You have a great night, everybody.